Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of my drawing tutorials. I'm going to go over the mediums that I use so that if you want to do the same kind of drawing, you can get an idea of how I do it or what my process is. Today we're drawing Angel from X-Men, so we're going to start off with a mechanical pencil, a number 2 pencil, shading stumps in various sizes I use for shading, and also a Micron pens and then Micron-like inking pens called the pens. I got those at a convention, but they're like Micron pens, so we'll just say Micron pens. An Ebony Pencil to help with the darker shading areas. Also Sumi Ink for the inking, and a number 1 and a number 0 inking brush. And right next to those, you'll see I have a Electric eraser to help with highlights. So there you have it. Let's start on this Angel. Angel from X-Men is today's drawing. Let's get to it. Okay, so Angel is just one of my favorite X-Men characters to draw, but I always thought he was like, I don't know, like the weakest X-Men, because basically his only powers was his ability to fly. But I just thought having wings made him like one of the coolest X-Men, because I love drawing wings first of all, and I love seeing other people draw wings. But for this tutorial, I'm gonna draw him because one of his powers I think was that he had like really great eyesight, like an eagle eye. So I put my rendition on him, like I usually do with all these drawings that I do. So I imagined him that if he did have eagle eyes, he would be like a really great sniper. So I'm gonna draw him with an M16 rifle, just to add a little edge to him. I mean, he's really cool with the wings, but I just wanted to add a little edge to him, just change him up a little bit. So I start with the mechanical pencils. I go in with the kind of like roughing it out, and then putting in more defined lines. Now this is the classic Angel from the original X-Men, the first class, if you will, where they had the yellow and blue uniforms. So I didn't really want to get into drawing like him as Death or all those other renditions of him. I think Marvel tried very hard to just make him cooler or give him more of an edge. So they did a whole bunch of things with him, but I don't know. Still, I think his ability to fly and his eagle eyes were like his superpowers, so they couldn't do much with that. So I'm giving him an M16 rifle, so I'm going to do a little bit more with him. And maybe just elaborate on his wings a little bit more, make them more cooler. So I dropped all the shadows in, well, except for the leg. And I just couldn't resist just working on the wings before I finished off the body. I love the wings. So with the wings, I just made them like a little spiky, also to give him a little bit of edge as opposed to like maybe rounded tips. I made the tips very spiky, and not too spiky that they don't come off as real feathers. But I just wanted to make sure that they had a bit of an intimidation factor. Maybe he can shoot them out or something. Now that would have been a cool power to give Angel, like his ability to shoot out his feathers as like darts or projectiles. I know when he became Death, he was able to do that. He was able to do a whole bunch of things, but those weren't his wings. Those were the wings that Apocalypse gave him. But I really always liked the classic X-Men uniforms. I thought they're, really, really cool. I mean, they're just basic. They're yellow and blue, but I always thought that, drawing those kind of was like a really nice way to kind of bring you back to a simpler time when there were just like 4 X-Men. Now there's like 50,000. But right now I'm getting into the inks. I'm using the Le Pen. Those are the pens. They're like Micron pens, but I think I like using these much better than I like using Micron pens. LEPEN, Le Pen. You can look it up. But I think there's a brush nib that I'm using for this area right here. And they have different size nibs, of course, 0.3, 0.1, 0.8, that sort of thing. So, but I've discovered that I like using these pens more than like Micron pens. So, if you can get your hands on them, I got these from Comic Con. There was a company there selling them, and I bought 2 sets. I think it was you can get 7 of them for $10 at Comic Con. So I bought 2 sets and haven't regretted it at all. So I'm gonna go online to see if I can get some more. But I did go in with these to ink it. And with the wings, of course, I'm using different line weights. I don't know if you can see it, but I made the tips of the wings like at the top there, a little jagged, kind of like to show that there were feathery. And then I go in with, I think this is a 0.3 Le Pen, and just kind of ink over the feathers, again making them look a little knife-like. As you can see, they look like swords at the edges. And I never really erased the pencils. I use them to help me shade the picture. So right now I'm just shading the shadows that are under each feather to give it more of a three-dimensional feel. And then I'm gonna go in and shade the body itself, give it more of a three-dimensional feel, using the pencil that I did not erase. So they come in really, really handy, and it saves erasers. So also now, what I'm doing here is going in with the Ebony Pencil to kind of like strengthen a little bit some of the shadows, some more, and Electric Eraser to do some highlights. And then for effect, to make sure that he's going forward, I start with a tissue and Sumi Ink and just kind of creating like an atmosphere of like speed, like he's coming forward, he's coming from heaven or coming towards you or whatever. And there you have it. This is Angel, the classic Angel from X-Men. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so that I can keep bringing you these awesome drawings. See you next time.